Good morning, welcome to Tortoise Tech in this most exciting day because I've finally gotten the Model O wireless samples and done a full test and review of them. They are exceedingly similar to the original Model O, at least in look, shape and feel. Buttons are the same and RGB is the same. All of the good, glorious stuff that I've come to expect, but the caveats and where they are different are just absolutely fantastic. There are a couple of upgrades here. And now I think this is going to take the throne, especially if you're considering value. Look, where money isn't a concern, maybe there are better mice, but as far as FPS mice go at a value proposition with wireless, this is practically unbeatable. So starting off from the top of the pops, what in the box? Well, here's the complete kit in front of us, but I have kept this one packaged as if it was new. I've left it turned on as I put it back in, but I wanted to show this in the bottom over here. The feet actually have little plastic protectors on the skates themselves, so it comes like set up like that. There's about 20% power on the battery as it comes out of the box, which is perfectly fine for a lithium. As long as it's not below that, then they generally have quite a good laugh time, but quite a good laugh time. Lithium prefers to be charged up more consistently than discharged and recharged like old nickel metal hydrate and NiCad type batteries. So keeping it topped off is not the worst thing ever, and it coming out of the box with some charge in it is also better for it. So good move there from Glorious. Then you get this like connecting block over here, which is really nicely executed. A little bit of mold seams here and there on it, not the end of the world, nothing really that I'm like, oh, it's not nice, because your USB dongle goes in here and it's got Glorious written along the back of it. In case you do leave it in a PC or something, you'll know exactly which one you need to take out of there. So I'm just fighting 3D USB things. Then on the front over there, they have put the Glorious logo on the connecting block, which is really nice. And then they've rubberized the base. So once it's down, it's literally, I can move my whole table with just that bit of rubberizing the bottom. It's that good. Then of course, you get the cable, which you can attach to the front of the mouse, as you've seen, and then like a really nice, like super glossy Glorious Man sticker. Nice little touch to have that there. Then they do give you this little card which has got the information about where you can download your drivers, etc., in different languages. And then on the back, some of the other products like their mouse bungees and their wrist rests and keyboards and stuff. Keyboards I've also got, that'll come up a bit later, but not nice to have. Warranty information, really the boring piece of the literature. So with that out of the way, what is it like to use? Well, as I said, it's very similar to the Model O, which I've been using since about April. I did a mouse cable replacement on that, which did help. It did make it a little bit better. These are very similar to those cables, which is nice to have. But the wireless really does just take it to the next level, because if you're an FPS gamer, you're doing a lot of sweeping and lifting, right? So you're going to sweep lift to do your 180s and stuff. A lot of pro gamers will not, let's say 90% of the top CS and FPS players play on an effective DPI ranging between 600 to 1000. So most people scale off 400 to 800 DPI, somewhere in that range, and then increase their in-game sense accordingly. I'm the same. I'm a 400 DPI kind of guy. I then play on about a 2.21 in CS, which gives me an eDPI just under 1000. Very, very similar to the Man Simple, the best of the best. There's a few caveats obviously to that. Guys like Wookie, who have an eDPI like 3000 something, which is ridiculous. And it's because he used to play on a mouse pad like this big. Quite a funny story. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go give it a look up. But to that point, these go up to 19,000 DPI. So if you're on a high-res display like 4K, or you've got multiple 4K monitors, then it'll be able to handle absolutely no problems. And really importantly, it doesn't skip as much as the 3389. I found with 3389, when you maxed it out at 16,000, it would give a little bit of like jitter and skipping, especially having tested some higher res displays. I found that it would do that after like 14,000 DPI, which nobody really uses in a general perspective, if we're honest, but it's something just to note. The BAMF sensor though, their proprietary sensor, is slower at 400 IPS compared to 450 from the other Pixarts, but 1000 Hz polling rate as it was before, and the liftoff distance with this, while you can't modify it in the software, is noticeably better. I tended to find that when I would sweep and come back down, sometimes it would bump and your aim would either go higher or lower, and it was at random, and it's maybe a little bit inconsistent, and that created some inconsistency as aim, obviously. But with this, I didn't feel that, and it felt a lot smoother, all things considered. I first was like, these have the same sensor, right? I'm sure they do. And then after playing for 5 minutes, I was like, they can't be. They literally can't be. In which case I went to the site to check for drivers and see what else I could configure on the mouse. And then I saw there that they've done their own proprietary sensor and called it the BAMF sensor, which I shan't expand on that acronym here on YouTube because I would like to keep monetization. But this thing has been executed in 69 grams. And they've added the wireless. What did they take out to add in the wireless to keep it at the exact same weight as it was before? That's kind of spooky in a way. The wireless is extremely good. The games and stuff that I did play, as you'll see now on screen, I had no problems in smacking some boys around the ears. This really does do the job damn well. And at 1,500 Rand, it's literally half the price of its competitors. Most of these usually spike over 2,000 Rands worth of price point. At 1,500 Rand, it's almost scarcely believable, especially when you consider the fact that for an entire day's worth of usage, I still had 42% by the end of the day. So if you are working and playing on the same system, you'll have absolutely no problems. That was with the full glorious mode RGB going, which is a lot more movement and a lot more power draining than if you were to, for instance, turn it off. You would easily probably get 2 full days off a single charge. And then you've got this nice connecting block set up so that when you're done with it, you can just connect it into the mouse and have it charge overnight and come back and then connect it into your block and you're back to wireless again. I think Glorious has done an exceptionally good job. I was a little bit worried, that keeping the weight as low as they intended to, that there would be something missing, that the battery life wouldn't be good, or that the RGB would be bad, or the performance would be affected, or there would be some sort of drawback to it, but there really hasn't been. This thing is absolutely fantastic. It is the easiest FPS wireless mouse recommendation of my life. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this product. The software is pretty damn good. You can actually get quite a lot out of it now. You can write full macros to it with time delays. You can edit those delays and stuff. They're really going in hard on this. It's a bit, let's say, simplistic in its look and feel, the software, but it's good enough that you can do anything that you would have in a premium experience with this, but you're paying like 30 to 40%, sometimes 100% less than competing products. It's lighter, it's very well built. They last. If it can survive me, trust me, it'll survive you. I think you can see with some of the glossiness that I've put into that matte product. As I've said, I've got a touch of grip strength, and you don't really focus on these things when you're in the heat of battle, do you? So yeah, they can tank, let's put it that way. And also I do tend to do a bit of a mouse flick occasionally where I'm busy and then something ridiculous happens and I'll do it with the box. So I'll show you because this is on mine, and I'll just do one of those and be like, what just even happened? I do these things. So yeah, they're good. They're like really good, extremely well put together. I can't tell you. Honestly, I think that as far as for the money goes, there isn't a better mouse than this. If you're a Model D user, you're probably only going to get a wireless one next year, so you might as well buy one now to use until then, and then keep it as a spare. Krim, I'm looking at you. Anyway, that is all I have for you in this review. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.
Love me, you don't even see me. I'm hanging around, wasting time, hoping that you drop by. And I don't pretend to know what you want. I don't even know where to start, but I'm willing to try. Even if you push me under, it's only gonna make me stronger. It's only gonna feed my hunger. Saying the words